said I was legit. Ever since I blew, they all on my. Hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long. Say I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex-slick, then hit with the. Back then, used to out the zip. Blow out his back and then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these 4 things, pull out the VIP. Suck turn up, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip.
Just a spectacular afternoon for football here in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina as EA Sports welcomes you inside Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports.
Come on, fellas.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 33-yard line.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, here's Newton. Going right side here, and that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. On 1st down, it's Newton. He's going to let this one go deep. And incomplete on the deep ball. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go now. 60 or.
Yeah, let's go sandwich.
Tight dog. Hard. Get up.
They'll start on the ground with Bush. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
91. Leo. Sit.
On second down, it's Bush. That second down run a big help as 7 yards leaves them with just a 3rd and 3 now.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
They'll run it with Bush. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice and it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 2 yards, good enough for a first. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on your quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 40. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Banks. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 25-yard line. On the ground, McCaffrey. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Shotgun handoff down to McCaffrey. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Brings up third down.
20.
He's not going to give me.
Throwing on third down, Newton. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Come on, set. 60 Pittsburgh. Go. Hit it.
They'll run on first down. Bush. This will go for 5 up to the 33.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Recon, 132 fighter.
On second down now, it's Bush. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards, good for the Saints, first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On first down, it's Elliott. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First down, New Orleans.
Set up. 8, read. General West. Hey, Sam on. 2.
They'll run on first down. It's Elliott. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Panthers 46-yard line.
Ready. Topper. I'm going to run you over. Out. 25, check 25. Go.
A give left side, Bush. The 20. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. On first down, it's Elliott, and he'll get this one down to about the 17. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get him into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down.
Tighten up. Watch that.
They'll try the right side with Bush. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. Touchdown number 22 on the season as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point safely through, and that'll make our score 14-7. Joseph now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, well,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it? Because those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They fake the give. Newton. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
Let's go.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 13 yards, first down, Panthers. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. McCaffrey. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there as the first half is winding down, as his guys are back within a single score. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse. How's that?
8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
Throwing is Manning on third down. And that is incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
He may try and run for this. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the first down.
Let's go, D.
They'll run with McCaffrey. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage. And that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
He was brought down by Trey Flowers. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Check. He's coming.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. The ball's out, McCaffrey lost it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They'll run on 1st down. Bryant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Double time. Hey.
handoff looking right. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And they will finally get him down, and now penalty flags coming in as well. And they might get half the distance here to boot. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. McCaffrey following the penalty. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. With another touchdown, number 24 on the year. As his guys are back within a single score. The extra point up and good. And they're within 7 now at 28-21.
Saints 21.
Joseph now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Off play action. Newton. Dancing to his left. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
Here's Newton. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down. Play action. It's Newton. Throw left side complete. It's Banks. A good pickup there, 21 yards. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Now a run with McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. That is caught at the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up.
Brings up 3rd down.
The Saints on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Protein spill.
They give to Bush going right. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Almost unstoppable on the ground there as that one is good for 39. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Ready?
Now Elliott. And an alley to run. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards. Think he's got some unfinished business after taking that all the way down to the 1?
There's no doubt in his mind that he has unfinished business. How upset would he be, even though he won't show it, if the play call comes in, quarterback keep.
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. His 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. As his guys are back within a single score. Extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Joseph now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Touchdown, Carolina. From one end zone to the other, 101 yards. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Seibert on for the PAT. And the lead is up to 14. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And that'll carry over the back line. The end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
Check Mike 50. Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50.
Get it.
On 2nd and 12, Manning. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 20, 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A big play there. 77 yards as his guys are back within a single score. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Joseph now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. This is McCaffrey. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Boy, tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here's McCaffrey. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. A nice run leaves them just inches from a 1st. Could they possibly be tempted to try this on 4th and about a foot? So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to perhaps salt this one away. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. Seibert's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, let a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. A gain of 3, second down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll go again with Bush. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Switch.
A give. This is Bush. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. There's Bush on 4th down, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
Another run, this time McCaffrey. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. Now Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Newton now to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And that will write a finish to this ball game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Carolina, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O, I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright.
Yeah.
I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up